This girl's dad was the announcer at her high school football games. And he would give her like special shout outs at each game. And he'd always finish with a reminder for her to be home in time for curfew. I would be so annoyed.
Sure.
That's awesome.
I don't want you to do this job anymore. You're embarrassing me.
What? I'm not embarrassing.
Come on.
She shared a video that features a supercut of all those shout outs, followed by the one he did at her very last home game.
Jamie, be home in time for curfew. Jamie, be home in time for curfew. And since this is the last home game my daughter will be in attendance as a Highlander student, Jamie, I love you. Thank you for letting me share this with you. And for the last time, Jamie, be home in time for curfew. And we'll go.
Oh, that's sweet.
That's cute.
That is cute.
I'd be like, thanks, Dad, but I'm not going to be home in time for curfew.
It's not happening.
He's probably that same dad that would like dress up when she would get off the bus every day in like fun costumes.
It builds character.
Hey, there's nothing more fun than embarrassing your kid. I just think that's such a rite of passage for them. And I think that it's just so much fun as a parent to figure out what it is.
That's embarrassing.
That's embarrassing
And,
to them.
Like, all your friends appreciate it way more than you do.
Oh, God, yeah.
Your friends think it's great.
Oh,
they think your dad's the coolest dad.
Oh, all of my friends loved my dad. Loved him. Yeah.
What age does that happen where you start embarrassing your kids? Like
Middle
right now,
school,
as middle.
for
so,
sure.
So my kid's 6. So I still have about 5-6 years left.
You can
Maybe.
start. You can start trying now.
Well, she doesn't really get embarrassed. I find like now, if I just dance,
Not yet.
yeah, like if I
Right.
dance in public, to me it kind of gives her confidence that she can dance too and be silly.
Oh, that's cool.
So we're still kind of in that part where she'll look at me and I'm like, "Yeah, girl."
So maybe junior high, like once she enters junior high, if because that's the age where you sort of as an
You wanna
adolescent, you
look cool.
become super self-conscious, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, 3rd, 5th, 6th, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th.
And everything you do is a reflection on her.
Yeah.
So do not embarrass me, Mom. Mom, you're embarrassing me.
I heard you talking about me on the radio again.
Yeah, I'm guessing about 6th grade.
Yeah. If you tell one more person that I used to hold my poop, oh my God.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's so funny. That was actually, I was at a conference with a bunch of other radio people who do morning radio like we do. And I forget where the woman was from, but there was a female co-host of a morning radio show in some other state. Like, I don't know, Las Vegas or Dallas or someplace. And she was saying that, talking about her kids she would do it all the time because it was such great on-air content for her show.
Right.
Like when you talk about Jacob or when you talk about Penelope, it's entertaining and it's relatable and it's cute and it's how we all feel connected. Well, this kid reached a certain age and forbid her mother to ever utter her name on the radio again.
That would suck.
And it turned out to be like a big, huge blowout between the two of them because Mom's point was, hey, that's my job, which pays our bills, by the way.
Yes, which keeps you in designer clothes.
Right. And I'm going to do what I'm going to do. And I guess it got so bad, like it turned out that Mom eventually caved and said, I got to lay off it for a while because it's really like, the kids, at school, they're just like, I heard your mom saying blah, 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 about it.
Sure.
And, like being a kid and having to navigate that is hard enough.
Right.
Without that,
Yeah.
even if it is harmless in Mom's eyes. So.
Yeah, but she could get made fun of for that kind of stuff, and you don't want that as a mom.
No.
Like you're essentially like causing bullying without meaning to.
Well, exactly right.
It's difficult to decide what to share and what not to share.
Oh, yeah.
Because so many times the funniest stuff is the stuff that they may not want you to share.
Oh, yeah.
And so it's, it's been really tough for me because Jacob hasn't been able to tell me, yeah, Mom, that's fine to talk about, or Mom, shut up, please. I haven't gotten any of that, but I will say this, because there was an announcement earlier this week that another morning show in town is retiring, Chris and Janine.
Oh, yeah.
And Jacob caught wind of this news and he's become very concerned about me retiring and has made it very clear that I am going to be working at Q102 until I die. So, I suppose I can take that as he's not, that whatever I'm doing is okay.
That's so funny.
You know?
Yeah.
So, yeah, he has brought that up multiple times.
Oh, wow. Plus, he likes coming here. Maybe that's why.
He loves
He probably feels like, well, I don't get to go there anymore if Mom doesn't work there.
Oh, I know.
Well, with the way Mom spends money, she probably will have to. So.
Don't worry, honey. I'm not going anywhere anytime soon.
That's
Unless
funny.
you get this card business.
Yeah.
I know. This woman was like, the hardest part about it was suddenly I had to come up with different content. Like,
Right.
I didn't even know.
What am I supposed to talk
It
about
was,
now?
like, it was so much of her content. She
Yeah.
was like, I didn't even know what to say or where to go with this because
Yeah.
even every story she'd be like, oh, one time I can't go there. That had to have been hard.
Yeah, but it's also got to be hard because, like, I think I want to raise my kid working in radio because you get to do a lot of fun stuff. And the fact that I wouldn't be able to share that with the listeners would be hard.
Yeah, I mean, he loved it when we had our tailgate, our Taylor Swift
party.
Oh my God, he was in seventh heaven.
Yeah.
We got to go to that. When we go to Blink and we're in the parade. And
That was the other thing she tried to leverage. She said, think of all the free things you've gotten into and all the concerts that you've gone to on my dime, with my connections and stuff.
Still
and
nothing there?
She was like, never again.
Wow.
It makes me wonder what kind of stories she was sharing.
Yeah.
There was
It was probably
one.
harmless stuff, too. It was probably mostly harmless stuff.
Yeah.
But,
All
To a
it
sixth
takes
grader,
is
though,
one.
that could be very different.
right.
Yeah,
But,
what we think is harmless.
and the point was made, the day will come where that ban is lifted.
Sure.
When she reaches a certain age.
Yeah,
Yeah,
she
once
won't
she's off
care.
of college and not listening anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah. Once,
That's what you're hopeful for.
right. Yeah.
Well, you hope when they're, 17 that if you're telling stories about them back when they were 3, that it's not a
They
big
won't care.
deal.
She'll
but-
be retirement age by the time that happens.
You know what my kid hates right now about me working here is how I know all of the music played on the radio. She's like, what song do you not know? Like, she wants to play a song in our car that we don't know the words to or know the artist. And so then I was like, well, I don't really know a lot of like heavy metal. Do you want to listen to that? And she's like, yeah.
So you flipped on Linkin Park and she knew that.
She wants to stick it to me. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. And so I just said, hey, Siri, play some heavy metal. And it comes in the whole car. Like, and I said, well, do you like it? And she goes, no. And I go, well, me neither. That's why I don't know any of the words. And she, oh, God, now it's going to play it. Yeah, something like that. But that's, so that was kind of like me proving to her and her proving to me.
Yeah.
All right, here's another fun mom-child moment. This is a mom asking her young son what her name is. What's my name?
Mm-hmm.
And he doesn't know.
What was my name when I was little?
Heidi.
What is my name now?
I don't know, Mom. I don't know what your name is.
So my name was what when I was little?
Heidi.
And what is my name now?
Mama?
When you want my attention and I'm not paying attention to you,
Mother?
what else do you say? And I tell you that's not polite.
Mother!
And Heidi Babin?
Well, your name's Heidi right now? What? What? I called you Heidi because that was your name when you were younger. I didn't know it was your name right now. That's the reason I called you Heidi. Every time I say Heidi, you always look at me.
Because it's my name.
Oh.
She's like, where did I go wrong with this kid?
That's so funny.
For sure.
Yep. Ladies and gentlemen, say hi to Ryan Adams, our new Best Friends Club member.
How are you?
Good. Not looking forward to starting work today. But thank God tomorrow's Friday.
Yeah. Do you have like a bunch of meetings today or crap going on or fires to put out or something?
No, just it's been one of those weeks with all the students. I'm a sign language interpreter at a high school, so I actually have 2 deaf students that I work with, and it's been a week of just teenagers.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
What a fun job, though. How cool is that?
Yeah, I definitely enjoy it, and I'm so happy I don't feel like I work except for when everybody is absolute insane because 7th and 8th graders are their own special breed.
Yeah, I'll
That
bet.
is so true. That would be like, if I were a teacher, those would be the last grades that I would be willing to
Oh yeah.
interact with. I would rather have 25 5-year-olds in a kindergarten class than
Oh,
I
yeah.
would 5 middle school.
Oh yeah. If you met any of these kids, you would say the exact same thing. Like, nope. I always give kudos to the teachers that work with them because I'm like, I don't know how you do it. I'm like, I'm here and then I leave.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now,
We were
Ryan,
all-
what kind of a student were you as a kid growing up? Like, were you good at math, science, or social studies? Were you kind of a goof off? What kind of kid were you?
I was considered the goody two shoes because I always had straight A's until I got to high school. But I wasn't really challenged in school, so I got to do pretty much whatever I wanted because I always got my work done.
So what?
But I was good at languages and English and reading, math and science, not so much.
So what happened in high school? You just like.
I finally was challenged. Up until my freshman year, I was never challenged in really any class that I took in school. So
Oh,
then
I
by the
see.
time I got to high school, yeah.
You
And
were
then
really
I took
challenged.
college classes, yeah.
Wow, that's
Nice.
crazy.
Wow.
It says here you know 7 different languages.
Wow.
Yes, I
That's
do.
how smart she is.
Oh, wow.
What are the
And I took
7?
most of those in college.
Parlez-vous
So,
français?
oui.
J'ai un petit peu.
What are the 7 languages?
So, English, obviously, because of the first language. Spanish, French, German, Russian, Somali, and obviously American Sign Language.
Wow.
What was that, tamale?
Somali.
Oh, Somali.
Tamale.
Oh, okay. I thought you said tamale. I'm like,
tamale?
what's tamale? I speak tamale too.
So, talk to me about Somali. Like, when you chose these languages, did you have anything in mind other than just the challenge of learning the language? You just thought it would be cool, or you had plans to someday
Somali
use it for
was
something?
so I wanted to be some kind of interpreter translator when I was younger. I just
Oh.
had no idea in what language. So I went to Ohio State up in Columbus, and I just decided to start taking random languages. And I settled on sign language after meeting deaf people as a kid, and just kind of I picked up some of it there. But German, I'd always had a fascination, and I've been over to Europe quite a few times. I liked French because I didn't take it in high school. So
Right.
Somali was just one of those random ones that was like, you know what, this is interesting and weird. And they actually double everything. So like how we can put vowels together like A and E,
Yeah.
they can't be different. They have to be EE or AA.
Oh, interesting. So,
Mhm.
what would you say was the easiest language you learned?
The easiest? Oh, probably.
Like, what was the
Closest to English?
least? Well, no, I was going to
Right.
say, like, out of all those languages, what was the least of your challenges?
I would say German, surprisingly, but German's actually really close to English.
I was
So
gonna
most people go,
Is-
ew, German?
Really, because German, I've been told, is a really difficult language to learn. Yet you say it's closest to English. How so?
Yeah, because we're actually a Germanic language. So where we branch off of, English and German are actually Germanic languages, whereas Spanish and French are your Romance. And then you have like Russian, Ukrainian are the Cyrillic alphabet. That one was actually really hard because it's a whole other alphabet.
Yeah.
And then sign I just picked up over the last 7-8 years.
When you use the term Germanic language, is that rooted in the words themselves or the structure of the sentences or both?
Both. So it's kind of like where we come, like how certain languages come from Latin and other come from Greek.
I see.
Huh.
Interesting.
That's so cool.
Yeah, I mean, you just obviously have an aptitude for it.
Yeah, that was what I was good at, and math and science I stuck in most of the time.
Yeah,
Right.
my French teacher used to say that certain people just had an ear for language, and that's definitely you.
Yeah, that's why I can pick them up, and everybody's always asked me for years, how do you keep them straight? I don't know. Like, I picked up Italian. I went for 2 weeks for a vacation with my husband when we were dating, and my cousin was stationed over there, and we just city hopped, and I spoke Italian most of the time when I would talk to the locals, and they're like, are you Italian? I'm like, no, but thank you.
Oh, that's so
That
funny.
is
That
so
is cool.
cool.
That's super cool.
So let me ask you this. I took a lot of French in school, and sometimes I would like dream in French. Do you have dreams in like all of the languages you speak?
It's kind of weird sometimes, but it's like, oh, I understand everything. You wake up and you're like, what was that?
Weird, right?
So they don't really have, like, pretty much with all these online courses, like, Duolingo, and I mean, pretty much they don't have like language schools per se. Like, there's not a place where you go to take intense classes or have like one-on-one tutors these days anymore, right? It's pretty much all online now, right?
Which sucks because it's better to be like interactive, but it's better if you go over there.
There's a Spanish school in Mount Lookout.
There's that Berlitz language
I have a
school,
friend
too.
that took classes and then they hiked South America for 2 months.
Wow.
Wow, that's cool. Well, we need someone like that in the club.
We do.
Oh, yes, for sure.
To interpret for all of our international audience members.
What if we take the club abroad?
Well, I mean, Tim was
That would be
saying
fun.
yesterday that we have listeners. He was looking at the podcast download statistics, and I mean, we got listeners in Australia. You said France, Germany. We used to have one in Latvia, although that person went away. Where else? England.
New Zealand was on there. A lot of the European countries, Canada. All right on.
I love it when you say all right on.
Yeah, it's
You
good.
really do it well.
Yeah, Tim speaks Canadian.
He does.
Just get a couple of bags of me and,
That's for sure.
game on.
If you do give him a couple glasses of some sort of alcohol, it's definitely heightened.
Yes.
Have you ever thought about maybe like becoming an interpreter at the UN or someplace? Since you
That's
obviously
a possibility. It's definitely a thought, and that's what a lot of people told me as I was getting older, that, you should go and do this, or you should
could
go work
make
for
a
the UN or
fortune.
something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
All right. Well, welcome to the club, Ryan Adams. We're happy to have you.
Thanks. You guys, I literally have listened to you guys for as long as I can remember. Like, I've lived in Cincinnati all my life, so I think by the time I was like 5 or 6 listening to the radio with my parents in the car, you guys have always been pretty much at the forefront, and literally driving to and from work, you are who I listen to every morning, because there's so much stuff in between the stories and everything else, and just you guys crack me up most every day in the morning.
Yeah, most every day. Not every day, but most every day.
Is that even though we only speak English?
Yes.
Probably not as exciting if, we like burst into Russian or Italian or something else,
But maybe
right?
you can teach us a few key phrases that we could toss in that would be helpful.
There you go. That'll be your first assignment as a Best Friends Club member. All right. Well, it's great talking to you,
Definitely not teaching
Ryan.
the bad words. Yes, it was awesome talking to you
Yeah,
all.
teach us the bad words. That'd be great.
That'd be perfect.
All right, Ryan. You're going to do great today. Knock him dead.
Yep, hopefully no attitude today from any of these teenagers.
Yes,
Don't
we should
give
do
Ryan
that.
any attitude.
That's going to be fun to watch, though, when you're signing to them and you're like really mad. Like, I said no attitude.
Yep.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, you could go work for the governor and be his television interpreter.
That'd be cool.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yep, they actually had, when they had her, they actually had other interpreters that were hearing to face her, so it's kind of a 3-way chain of interpreting when they did that with the governor.
It's cool.
Wow.
Well, we're happy to have you, Ryan Adams. Welcome to the club.
Yep.
Thanks.
All right, take it. You need to talk to her. or
No,
she
I
good?
already talked to Ryan. She's going to stop by and pick up her jersey.
Okay.
Yep.
See you.
Thanks, Ryan.
Yep, have a good day, guys.
See you, bud.
Yep, you too.
Adios.
Bye.